Now here we are at Pierce Brothers Westwood Memorial Park. This is where Marilyn Monroe was laid to rest. And just here on my left-hand side is the chapel where they held Marilyn Monroe's funeral. And I actually found some footage of that funeral that I'm going to play in just a second. But the chapel has not really changed much, and pretty much everybody who has been buried here has had their funeral services in this building. And just recently, the last time I was here was just after Kirk Douglas passed away, and they were having his funeral in here. They actually closed the cemetery down for a couple hours and asked us to come back, which we did. But yeah, this is right in here is where they had Marilyn's funeral, which I think is pretty cool because this really hasn't changed. They took her casket right out these doors here. Now, I think it's really cool that footage like this exists, because otherwise, how else are we going to know what happened in history? Now, Marilyn is buried just up here, and this is actually a private area, but Robert Stack is in here. But I'm making a full video on this cemetery. It's going to be out pretty soon. But since this video is just about Marilyn, let's head back over here. And now Marilyn is buried over here in the wall. And Hugh Hefner bought the crypt to her left. But this is actually one of the most highly visited graves anywhere in the world. And the reason that this is colored the way that it is because so many people have kissed this stone with lipstick that it's permanently stained pink. But yeah, right here, Marilyn Monroe. And above her is rich weirdo Richard Poncher. This was an interesting story too, because he bought the crypt above Marilyn and wanted to be buried upside down, so he was facing Marilyn. So kind of a creepy story, but really interesting if you want to check out the story. But here's Hugh Hefner right next to Marilyn.